Welcome to the Waxing Podcast. I'm Kirsten Getzelman, esthetician, educator, and your host. Each week, we'll dive into real conversations, industry tips, and the kind of advice every beauty pro should have in their back pocket. This show is sponsored by Enso, a woman and esthetician-founded brand bringing better options to everyday beauty pros. Let's dive in. Hey guys, welcome back to the Waxing Podcast. My name is Kirsten. You can find me in 3 places: Tampa Waxer on Instagram, Enso Wax on Instagram, and the Waxing Podcast, where we give clips to you about the episode. I'm so excited to be here today. You guys, I want to give you an update on the building because the last time I was talking about the building, I was mentioning to you guys that I get so many compliments as an esthetician about my space and how pretty it is, but not everything is what it seems on the internet. And I was telling you guys how I would never recommend anybody be at my building because it is a disaster. So, giving you guys an update. Officially, they have started working on the roof. So, giving you an update if you don't have one. Our building got hit hard by the hurricane last year. Actually, exactly around the time that I'm recording this, to almost the day, because it was really close to whenever I was supposed to go to IECSC West Palm for the first time. And now I'm going for the second time in just 2 weeks as a booth. God, that's a whole nother story. But we got hit really hard with the hurricane. So the West Palm show got canceled. Luckily, our room didn't have any damage at all, but the whole building did. We're talking windows blown out. Think of like a can opener opening halfway and then you just dumping out the contents, except for it was coming inward like rain. So the whole building got absolutely FUCKED. And we've kind of been writing it out for the last year because I still really love this building. I think it has so much hopes for what we want it to be. And we've toured buildings. We can't find anything that we like as much as this. I mean, the lighting itself is like the reason I'll stay. And so here we are officially with the roof getting repaired as we speak. And also our upstairs neighbor right now is hella loud. So our upstairs neighbor is a photography studio where they rent out for people to do photography. And I think there's like objects up there that you can go up and move around. Like I think there's like a bed. I mean, there's like a ton of stuff. And so sometimes every once in a while we'll have neighbors who rent the space that like move things around like crazy. And today's one of those days. I've paid money for this mic for that not to go through, but I'm just telling you, like, it's just so crazy. I've been here all day. I've been cleaning, doing a bunch of stuff, and they have just not stopped. I'm so excited to get into kind of September, October. Personally, just giving like a little update here. Well, let's start with the most important one. Okay. This is like top news information. Okay. I am officially pulling out the red out of my hair. It went like copper cowboy red for about a year and I really loved it. I actually have never gotten so many compliments from friends, randos, gays. And I feel like when the gays compliment you, it's like, okay, keep it, die with it, get buried with that hair color. Because if that's a compliment of itself, like it's right there. But what was happening is like, oh my gosh, my outgrowth has been so horrible. You guys know we're in the beauty industry. It's like if your hair is really dark brown and you're dyeing it really, really light blondes, like you should do like a balayage or something little more lived in. But when you're a solid color, like a copper cowboy color, you like can't do that. And so I was just so sick of all the blocky roots. And I felt like I was coming in every 4 weeks to get my hair done. And my sister's my hairdresser. And finally, I'm like, I can't do it anymore. I'm just going to have to be buried ugly because the red is so much work. So, shout out to basically anybody listening that's naturally red. You guys are cool. You're fierce. You're hot. And a lot of people want to be you. Same goes for people with long, healthy hair. Like, if you just genetically have amazing hair, I tell my clients that come in all the time with really healthy hair and like they're ever debating a haircut. I'm like, girl, do not cut that hair because people dream of hair like that. And I feel like if you have a trait that people would kill to have, like show that shit off. Flaunt it, flaunt it. I have a girl, she's my client, whose hair is down to her butt. It is literally so gorgeous. Like, I can't even imagine the confidence boost I would have waking up every day, looking in the mirror and having this type of hair. And I tell her all the time, I'm like, never cut your hair. Also, if your friends are telling you to cut your hair and it'd be so cute, I'm like, those are not your friends. Don't do it. So that was one of my big updates. What's another one that I have? Actually, that one's like a funny update. Obviously, I was like kind of LOLing, but taking you into like my personal life a little bit. Oh my gosh, I just saw the Benson Boone concert with my son. It was his first concert ever. And so I kind of got to like, I don't know, it's kind of crazy, you guys, like having kids, or even if you have nephews or nieces and you get to experience anything brand new for them for the first time, because it's like, I kind of like my son's a really, really picky eater. Guys, I'm talking like he likes 3 things. Like, I'm not kidding. He eats 3 things, rotation wise. Like, I'm talking like he likes carrots, that's his vegetable of choice, and like that's it. And I'm like, well, I guess you're gonna have some really good eyesight because that's all he'll do. Fruit, he takes it in the form of a pouch or a smoothie. So like we can kind of get away with mixing that up, but like he won't eat fruit. You know, he likes chicken, he likes hamburgers. So in my head, I'm like, okay, there's a protein, there's a fruit, there's a vegetable. And then other than that, I'm like, what does he like that's like nutritionally valuable? Like he doesn't like milk. He doesn't like, so again, that's like a smoothie thing for us. He randomly loves kombucha. And I think that's so funny because kombucha is such a particular taste. And I love kombucha, but any drink, my kid is like, "I'll take 5." Like, he will drink things that are green, purple, black, blue. It does not matter. He will literally put a drink to his face without a question, but something about food and the texture and the way it feels and everything, he's just, like, not about it. But what I was getting at is, like, kinda like food, they don't have any expectations on what something's gonna taste like, and so you almost feel like you experience that with them for the first time, whether it's good or bad. That's like, for them to decide. But that's how the concert felt over the weekend. Like, honestly, walking into the concert, I was so excited and like put on my excitement face and, told him how much fun he was going to have, which was all going to be true things. But it's like until like those lights go off and like all the strobe lights and the loud music and like everything, it's like you don't really know how, like, I don't know, it's their first time doing it forever. But it was really cool to see that. He had so much fun. I'm like, how do we top a Benson Boone concert? Truly. I mean, Homeboy was doing backflips off the piano. He was running up and down his like big, stage. He is such a great performer and he was probably the best artist, you guys. And yes, I did see the Eras tour. He was the best performing vocal wise artist I've ever seen. Obviously, Taylor was like, I mean, my life was changed after that day, to be honest. My biggest regret is that I even drank a drop of alcohol. I wish I would have experienced her tour completely sober. But Benson can sing. I mean, he can lay down the law vocally. And I'm like, wow, it is people like him who just deserve to share that voice in front of so many people. So Roman had so much fun. We all had so much fun. Benson sings this song called Mama Song. If you guys are moms, don't listen to it because you'll cry. Roman and I sobbed. I sobbed. He's such a lover boy. He's a Pisces. And so I always call him my little Justin. Well, I don't call him, I say it to everybody else, but I'm like my little Justin Bieber because Justin Bieber is a Pisces and I feel like he's so emotional. But he heard the song for the first time when we obviously were playing it on the Spotify playlist because he loves Benson Boone. That's why we went. And he was like, "This song makes me really sad." And it was so sweet because, like, I don't know, it's like at 6, you're not really taking in words, but it was like just the melody and things like that. So he's cried listening to that song before, but doing it live, him and I wept. We wept in each other's arms. Like I had him like a little baby. And I looked over and he had like alligator tears were starting to form and it was over. It was over for me. I bawled. I like just cried. It was such a good concert. So anybody who has the chance to go see Benson Boone from here on out, I know he's not too far into his tour. I highly recommend it. It was so kid friendly. There were like half the people there I felt like were kids. So that was another thing. I'm like, do people bring 6-year-olds there? And girl, people were literally bringing their babies, and their babies had little headphones on, and it was crazy. So, but that was Roman's first concert. That was really fun. Okay, those are 2 personal things. Let me get into some updates for you that are happening in business. Gosh. So in business, we are doing something really fun called the that it's based off of the sisterhood of the traveling pants, but it's called the SD hood of the traveling wax warmer. And yes, I thought about this idea marketing wise. I mean, I was like driving to Publix and I just was like, it was like an aha moment. And I don't remember if I was talking about the sisterhood of the traveling pants with my friends what it was, but I was like, wouldn't that be so cool if we could pack up the Enso Duo, which is our warmer that we've been working on for 3 years, and we could, like, have, people, like a list of chosen people who we went through in our affiliate program, try it. And, like, we could do this whole traveling thing where we give it to them, they get to try it for 2 weeks, and then they get to ship it off to the next person. And it was so fun because this idea was something that I had probably 2, 3 months ago. And so to be able to, like, go from that to it happening in real life was fun, and kind of the buildup of, like, what should we do different? What should we add? And so we did this really fun thing where we added a scrapbook that I got personally made that says Enso on the front, which I will just cherish forever. Don't think besides, and I looked over because besides the gift that Mackenzie gave me, which is 5 blocks of penny in the duration of the 2 years that it took to test the formulation. And if you guys don't know, Mackenzie was our top formulator for penny hard wax, and she saved every single block and made, like, put it in, like, these little square molds and framed them. And, like, I get emotional talking about it every single time because I don't deserve her as a friend, and it was one of, if honestly not the sweetest, most thoughtful gift that I have ever, ever received. I will never, ever get rid of this. I hope this gets passed down to, like, I don't even care. If the business fails and shoots in fire next week, like, I will pass this down to my child. Like, the best gift ever. But the scrapbook is definitely up there with that. So this scrapbook we had created for our travelers, for our SDs. Every single page that you open up is going to be like their journey with it, or their tip to the next person, or advice to the next person. And I'm so excited. We also bought a digital, like, Polaroid camera, and so every single SD will be able to take a selfie with it and, like, however they want, whether it's with the pot, the warmer, their favorite product, it doesn't matter. It's like a freedom of choice of picture you wanna take, and they attach it in there like a scrapbook. And so that's gonna get passed around. It will be given to me at the end, and then I will get to keep that for a memory forever, and I'm so excited. I know people were asking how they could get their hands on the warmer in rotation, but we went through our affiliate program. And so anybody that was an Enso affiliate got to be a part of the process of getting their name put in, and then we handpicked everybody. And so that was really excited. Right now, it's actually in Florida. It's, like, right up the way from me. It's not even that far. And then it will go to, I believe, Pennsylvania next. I think it went the Carolinas, it went North Carolina, Florida, Pennsylvania. I think it shoots from Pennsylvania to 2 Alaska people, and then it goes down to Arizona, and then it back to me. I think there's 6. Am I missing somebody? Georgia? Georgia? I don't know. Yeah, I'm missing somebody. But anyway, it's on our social media. We have that going on until December. And that is the prototype before the final. So that was another thing. So I have people that have pre purchased the warmer, and that was before all of the chaos that I've obviously not talked about and cannot talk about just yet. But they have been reserved a warmer since they purchased the warmer themselves. And so I always want to make sure I've emailed everybody. So just so you know, all of those people who have purchased a warmer, if you're one of them, I have sent emails to you for over a year. You probably already know, but on the off chance that you don't, we have been kept into contact. It's actually been really fun because we've been doing behind the scenes stuff. So, like, any like sneak peek things that we can give them, or just share the manufacturing process or what it's like to create a warmer. I know that this is, I'm the first person that I know of that's, like, curating a from scratch warmer. And so it's been really fun to do that. But anyway, it's not the final because the final is, like, who I'm reserving for them. So it's a prototype before the final, but still very small fixes compared to the final, like things that we're doing and stuff like that. So that's a really big update. We also just got news today that our shipment for our wax is going to be in tomorrow. So thank the Lord for that, because I'm not even joking you. That's been a vein into my existence. The last thing that I heard before that update was that the ports have been super backed up. I'm assuming because of tariffs, and because of that, they've been very slow to get people their orders. And so I was like, oh my God, because the West Palm show is happening in 2 weeks. And I'm like, please. But we just got an email this morning letting us know that we are good to go there. My gosh, I don't know if you guys just heard that, but I'm not kidding you. I am surprised that my roof did not just, like, fall through. I'm not kidding. If that happens, I will not be surprised. That's how crazy that was. So, yeah, so that's happening. The West Palm show is also, an update. So we'll be there in 2 weeks. I'm so excited. If you're going to West Palm, come see our booth. We will have a semi new booth than we're used to having in the other two shows because we are scaling a little bit down because it's a slower show and it's only 2 days. And I live really close to West Palm in terms of driving. So we're going to try to like reassemble like a smaller booth to take there. So I'm really excited to test that out. We also will have some new merch to sell when we're there. We'll also have totes that we're going to be giving out for free with our new merch with purchases. So I'm super excited to do that. I'm actually wearing one of the new merch pieces. You can only see the front, not the back, but I have a photo shoot scheduled next week for that. So I'm so excited to be doing that. That's another big update. Gosh, and really within my other business where I take clients, it's been so slow. So I wanted to take a moment to tell you. August and September are so notoriously slow in almost every single business category. I was getting my nails done the other day. I've been seeing Vanny forever, 10 years, and I was asking her how everything was going, and she even admitted that she was slow. And so you know, if you're so busy, I'm so happy for you. If you're so slow, you're not alone. Today, I have 3 clients, 3 clients all day. I work 4 hours. I only have 3 clients. So I will be taking the opportunity in the middle of my day when I don't have anybody to really work on like content, cleaning out my drawers, sending out an email blast, like doing things that are going to hopefully get people in the door for the next week. So if you're slow, there's definitely ways to figure out a plan on how to become unslow. And I always say it's in your slowest hours where you can do the most for your business. And so if you're slow, try doing some content, try doing email blasts or go through your service menu and just take a look at everything, see if everything looks good, clean out your closet, like do whatever you have to do because the season will get busier. October, November, and December, I always book all my clients out 3 months in advance because I tell them that I am so busy that we need to make sure that they get in for their business plan. So I always make sure I know what trips I'm going on so I can take all my dates off that I need to take off on my back end system. And then I make sure to book them so that I know that I'm making a certain amount of money every single month going forward. So later in the year, we'll talk about irresistible offers if we can touch on that, where you guys during Black Friday should definitely be planning on how you can get people to come into the doors in January. I know a lot of the times people do like buy 8 waxes, get 2 free or something like that, which is really great because if they buy that package, then they're at least going to come in for those 10 times. But always make sure that whatever you do for your irresistible offer going into Black Friday season is curated to get you booked in January. So whether that's like save $10 starting January for the next 3 appointments, like it doesn't matter, utilize like AI for that so that you can run your numbers, you can know your margins, you can know exactly what you can do in terms of discounts and things like that and go from there. But this is a perfect time to start laying down the law in your biz and knowing where and what to do. And then finally, this is actually exclusive to you guys, but we've landed 2 distributors. We landed 2 distributors probably in the summertime where we are going to be kicking off those introductions. And I'm so excited. God, I feel like there's like a constant lump in my throat whenever I get talking about just like community, which brings me back to that Enso. It's like, why did I do the warmer and the traveling pants thing? And it's like literally because my heart melts in a million pieces when I know that these people are all giving messages and encouragement and like tips and advice and stuff like that to the next person trying out the warmer. Like, it's like the warmer is like the physical thing that's happening, but like honestly, the connection is the reason why we did it. And so it brings me back to like distributors. It's like I love and I feel like everybody that comes into the Enso world feels so much more than a customer. I mean, I feel like my distributors feel like coworkers. I feel like my formulators all feel like, friends. Like I come into owning a business like very realistic, right? It's like I'm Kirsten, I'm a person, I'm a mom, that's a part of me. I run a business, that's what I do, right? Like my business is not me. My business is what I do to earn money to fund, my living and also to like experience growth that I never thought that would happen. It's why we all do this. We do this to feel fulfilled, right? So like my business is a form of fulfillment. And I feel like as long as I'm here and doing this, like I want to be I want to have fun. I want it to be a community. I want to feel like I know my customers, but most importantly, like I want to be coworkers with my distributors and go to the trade shows and just like have a blast with new people and stuff like that. And even though I'm saying this now in such a good mood and like, no days are always butterflies and rainbow. I said no days. Some days are not butterflies and rainbows. Like I don't know. It's like I'm happy to be here. This month's been super slow for Enso, and it's because we've been out of inventory, which is why I was jumping up and down at the thought of things being back in stock tomorrow. But I'm just happy you guys are here. I'm happy you guys listen to the podcast. I'm happy to always get DMs. Like I'm happy to give voice memos and DMs. Like I don't know, I crave probably this community more than you do. So I'm just really happy. Well, how did this episode turn into like just updates? I didn't realize I had so many. I feel like I just kind of like to keep this a motivational episode and just say I'm here. And yeah, I mean, I guess really just if you're going to West Palm, I'll see you there. And if you're not going to West Palm, check out our site because we will be having like a semi discount. You'll get a bigger one at the show. I always feel like I kind of like hate, and we've done it before, but I almost don't like that people who spend their hard-earned money to like fly, travel, hotel. And I'm not saying that you should be doing that, by the way, because I've been an esthetician for a long time and I didn't start going to shows until about 8 years into my career or 6 or some big number. So like don't say when I'm saying this I'm being like, "Oh, you should be going to shows." Absolutely not, unless you can drive to it and it's super convenient because then I don't feel like it's that bad of a thing, right? Purchasing tickets and stuff like that. But if you have to travel and spend all that money, do it when you can. The shows will be there. But I do feel like when you do take the time, you do spend the money and you are going to be eating out every night, like you should have a special show discount just for you. So even though we'll do bigger, cooler things at the show, we will also be doing some stuff online too. So take a look at that. And okay, let's wrap up this episode. We got some fun ones coming up next, and I'll see you guys next week. Bye. Thank you for listening to the Waxing Podcast. If you found today's conversation helpful, be sure to follow the show and leave a review. It helps continue creating resources for beauty pros just like you. For updates and more, follow us on Instagram at the Waxing Podcast. I'll see you next week.